All right, it has been a year and a month, October, November. Yeah, a year and a month since I've done my 10 things to know about moving to, relocating to, and living in Oklahoma. Today, video, 10 things to know when moving to Oklahoma. But before that, don't forget, I am a real estate agent. I do run a team at eXp Realty. And when you're relocating to, moving to, or moving within, give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email. The group of agents that I work with at eXp Realty and I, we're here to earn your business. That's why we make these videos. Now, I hope you enjoy this video just as much as I'm enjoying making it. Let's get into number 10. Okay. Whoa, what's going on with the camera? Man, it is not liking this thing. Number 10. In Oklahoma, we do have clay soil. And what that brings with it is settling. So when you're moving to Oklahoma, I'm gonna say 30, maybe 40% of the houses that you're gonna be looking at may have already had piers, or it may need piers. And a pier is just some sort of instrument that helps support a house, sort of like a jack stand or some sort of functional engineering part that a house needs to make it be sitting level. So if you don't keep your soil watered, that's why you want to water your lawn, especially in our dry summers and our dry winters. The clay dries up, it pulls away from the foundation, and then it causes settling because that foundation has nothing to sit on anymore. As always, I'm not an engineer and I don't play one on TV, but you do want to keep in mind that in Oklahoma, we do have settling because of our clay soil. All right, I'll see you guys on number 9. My book from the library took over. Sorry about that. Whew! It was an hour and a half walking 80 acres, looking at different lots. It is some majestic property out here. Super amazing. Number 9, when you're talking, oh, let me buckle up. Number 9, when you're, ooh, that's a big rock. When you're talking about Oklahoma and moving to Oklahoma, is we do have all 4 seasons, and that's something to keep in mind. You get spring, summer, fall, and winter. Our harsh winters only last about a week, maybe week and a half, 2 weeks at the most. There's probably about 3 or 4 of those during the winter season. And then during the summer, July, August, and sometimes even September is pretty scorching hot. Falls are wonderful, springs are wonderful. You get the spring rain, you get the fall rain, but you do get to enjoy all 4 seasons when you're living in Oklahoma. And that's reason number 9, that's item number 9 to keep in mind when you're moving here. If you're looking for Southern California weather or Florida weather, that's not Oklahoma, all 4 seasons. All right, I'll see you guys on number 8. Oh my goodness. My gimbal is going crazy. It is going crazy. I am so sorry about that. Whew. Number 8, when you're living in Oklahoma, or when you're relocating to Oklahoma, moving to Oklahoma, or moving within Oklahoma, is you're definitely gonna need a car. There's, certain spots in certain metros like Oklahoma City, Tulsa, Edmond, Moore, where you could live right next to the main strip and be able to walk everywhere. But as far as getting to an employer and the rest of the 99% of the state, you've got to have a car or a truck to get around. The walkability when you're relocating to, moving to, or moving within Oklahoma is horrible. Just FYI, horrible walkability score. All right, I'll see you guys on number 7. Another great thing about knowing when you're moving to Oklahoma is our state legislature and governor do fight for individuals' freedoms and small business freedoms. What I mean by that is mask, they made it your choice. So, like right now, some of the school districts are firing teachers over masks and things like that. Well, the governor's office is sticking up for them, and they're all in litigation right now, fighting for individuals' rights. they're fighting for the rights of the unborn. So I believe it's something along like a heartbeat bill or something. Don't quote me on that. Look it up yourself. But the state legislature is protecting the lives of unborn children who their mothers and medical doctors try to murder through abortion. So things like that, to know when you're moving to Oklahoma is pretty cool. Pretty cool that the state is sticking up for individuals and unborn children's rights in matters like that. So always double check the court dockets and double check the state legislator laws and stuff like that. But at the time of this video, those things are going on in Oklahoma in 2021. I'll see you on number 6. Okay, finished doing the video on that house and it's uploading. That one in Meeker, that's where it was. I just went to Atwood's and I picked up 5 T-posts and some garden bed liner. That way we'll be able to do the raised garden bed. And now I'm heading into Walmart because Atwood's didn't have a stapler. But that's okay, because I got to pick up some stuff from Walmart. But what you really care about is reason number 6, or item number 6 you need to know about Oklahoma when moving to Oklahoma, is we have these little rodents called gophers. They're called gophers. They go around eating grubs in the ground and eating all sorts of different insects and shrubbery and root vegetables and all sorts of things that they have in the ground in Oklahoma called gophers. So side note, if you ever see a mound of dirt pile up in your yard out of nowhere, well, that is because you got a little thing called a gopher running around, and you got to get like a upside down mouse trap to kill it, called the Victor Black Box Gopher Trap. Put some peanut butter in there, gets rid of it right away like a giant mouse trap, but for gophers that live in the dirt and eat things. Item number 6, gophers. All right, 5th thing to know. Oklahoma is an abstract state. What does that mean? It means when you buy your property, you get this little book that has every single deed ever recorded on that property in it. Now, you don't have to take the book with you if you don't want to. A lot of people just leave it with the title companies. And at the title companies, what they do is they just keep it in a vault forever, but it also helps them with their other deals too. So if you updated your abstract in your section, you typically have one of the most updated abstracts, so the title companies get to use that on other properties in that section. Oklahoma and Iowa, the 2 states that still do it. Benefit, you got a cool little book at closing that has all the history on the property. I almost forgot my staple gun and I had to go back in and get it after I already got the regular groceries. All right, number 5, abstract state. I'll see you guys on the next clip. Number 4, covenants, creeds, and restrictions, deed restrictions. Even though you're moving to Oklahoma and you're buying 5, 10, 15 acres, big tracts of land, there could be deed restrictions from past property transfers. What I mean by that is, let's say the old farmer or the old dentist, don't want to leave out everyone, is selling their 160 acres back in the 60s, 50s, 70s, but they don't ever want any mobile homes on the property. The old farmer can put a deed restriction on that property that says no mobile homes for the future owner, all heirs of the future owner, and all successor owners on the property. So no one for that 160 acres could ever put a mobile home on it again in the future. So when you're looking at properties, and if it looks like it's a nice, neat neighborhood of like 5-acre tracts or something, you better bet there's going to be deed restrictions on it. You might not be able to shoot your firearm on your property. If there's a deed restriction that says no firearms, it means one of your neighbors could actually bring a lawsuit against you for firing your firearm. So you got to make sure that the title report that comes from that abstract, that you read it, and you definitely look at the exceptions on the title policy. The exception on the title policy are things that you didn't know about or the title company didn't bring to your attention that are not covered. They're not covered by the title policy. So FYI, when you're buying land in Oklahoma, even if you think it's a lot of land, you still may not be able to use it to what you desire. Pay attention to those covenants, creeds, and restrictions and deed restrictions on those properties. All right, see you guys on number 3. All right, number 3. Yes, this is a 2-day video. I ran out of sunlight yesterday, and when I got home, it's time to hang out with the kiddos and the family. So number 3 thing to know when you're moving to Oklahoma is we have thunderstorms and we have freezing rain during the wintertime. What that does is your electricity does go out. So it never hurts to have a backup generator during freak thunderstorms, tornadoes, stuff like that, to have a backup generator in case the electric goes out. And the freezing rain, if you get freezing rain way too early in the winter when all the leaves haven't fallen off the trees just snap in half, fall on the power lines, and power goes out, and it's super annoying. I think last year there were some people out of power up to maybe a week or 2 weeks, but that was that super crazy freak snowstorm, freezing rainstorm that we had while all the trees were still green. The trees were still green. It was crazy. So don't forget, when you're moving to Oklahoma, that we do have thunderstorms, we do have freezing rainstorms, and sometimes that causes power to go out. So that's number 3. I'll see you guys on number 2. Second thing you need to know about when moving to Oklahoma is when you're driving down the old highways, not the interstate, but the old highways, animals get ran over. And when that happens, you get birds called turkey vultures that come up and eat those animals. That's just the natural way of thing. And I'm not trying to gross you out. I'm trying to warn you. If you look on Oklahoma Highway Patrol site, if you look on different news sites, stuff like that, those darn turkey vultures, and I'm a victim of it, they don't always fly away when you get near them. And what that means is you're going to hit them with your car. And when you're doing 55 miles an hour, 65 miles an hour down these old highways in your car, and you hit an object, it doesn't matter how much it weighs, it's going to hurt your car. So you'll want to start honking at them and slowing down a little bit when you're driving down the old Oklahoma highways, because these turkey vultures have just completely trashed windshields and completely trashed the front end of cars before. I'm a victim. I had a ridge line once, and I was driving north on 177, and I wasn't aware that turkey vultures were so unmotivated to get out of the way of cars that this one tried to take off. That this one didn't take off in front of me in time, hit it with my hood. It flipped up, hit my windshield, and then flipped back behind me. It was the craziest thing in the world. So ever since then, I've been warning people, these dumb birds that don't get out of the way when you're driving down the highway. I guess they're just roadkill drunk or something, and they just don't get up and get out of the way. So when you see a bunch of turkey vultures eating some roadkill on the side of the highway, you're going to want to slow down. You're going to want to honk your horn. You're going to want to make sure you don't hurt your car over some dumb birds eating roadkill. So that was a crazy experience that I've experienced myself. Number 2 is look out for turkey vultures on the highways. All right, and the top thing that I could think about in 2021 that you need to know about moving to, relocating to, and moving within Oklahoma is we all don't say fur and we all don't say y'all. You know, and the people that do say fur, the people that do say y'all, there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. And if you move here and you start saying fur, and you start saying y'all, there's nothing wrong with that either. I catch myself spelling the word fur. And in case you don't know what that is, fur means for, and y'all means you all. So we do have a dialect. I believe that's what it's called, dialects. We do have an accent, and you'll hear it when you're out and about. From some people you won't, because they're not even from here. Or, like me, they spent the 2nd, 3rd grade in another state, and it got rid of the Oklahoma accent that my brother and sister have. A little bit. They don't have a heavy accent. My brother, a little more than my sister. But you know what I mean. You know what I mean. And if you say fur, if you say y'all, good for you. That means you've relocated, moved to, and you're living within Oklahoma, and you're feeling like one of us. Folks, Josh Barnett, eXp Realty. I really hope you enjoyed this video. When you're moving to, relocating to, or moving within Oklahoma, give me a call. The team of agents that I work with at eXp Realty and I, we're here to earn your business. We make these videos because we enjoy letting people know more about Oklahoma, the different Oklahoma communities, and then we also want to earn your business when buying or selling real estate. I'll see you guys on the next video. And if you ever thought about a career in real estate, give me a call too. We're always mentoring new real estate agents to help them build a life of wealth or just a part-time gig that makes a decent amount of money. All right, guys, see you on the next clip. And don't forget to watch these other videos that are randomly popping up somewhere on the screen because I don't know where they're going to pop up yet.